Now, what you'll learn about, or if you've been following Manny Pacquiao for as long as I have, you'll know that when it comes to him picking his fights, he's like the last man to know about who he's fighting. He's a yes man. And even though he can have the final say on who he fights, he can turn down fighters and say, no, I don't want to fight Jesse Vargas. I want to fight Terrence Crawford. That's just not him. Truth be told, excuse my language, I just don't think he give a fuck. I just don't think he give a fuck. Now, here's the big issue where somewhat boxing hypocrisy comes in. Because Terrence Crawford is a 140-pound fighter. Manny Pacquiao hasn't fought at 140 pounds, since he fought, Ricky Hatton, something like that. So it's like a lot of fans, including myself, but I'm rational, are upset that Manny Pacquiao is not fighting a smaller fighter. And then he's fighting Jesse Vargas. Now, I don't support the Jesse Vargas fight. I feel Jesse Vargas Pacquiao versus Vargas would do anywhere in the same numbers that Pacquiao versus Crawford would do. They would both flop. But when it comes to skills, Timothy Bradley beat Jesse Vargas cleanly outside of that last round where he can say woulda, coulda, shoulda. But that was you lost the fight. When it comes to Manny Pacquiao, he defeated, in my opinion, and in the vast opinion of many boxing fans, he beat Timothy Bradley 3 times. So for him to be fighting somebody that a guy beat, it's like it's fucking Pacquiao versus Bradley 4. So Bob Arum has said that it's not finalized yet, that it won't be finalized until he talks to Manny Pacquiao when he's going over to the Philippines, I guess this week or next week. Right now it's August the 5th, 2016, 11:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live with FightView360.com. I gotta get getting comfortable saying it, and I cover every single major fight live. I've been on a long hiatus, and that shit is over. We're in August. We got a big month of September, and it's time to start working my way back up the YouTube boxing community rankings. I had to start working my way up the rankings. So I look at it like this. Here's the chain of command. Look up chain of command if you don't know what it means. Here's the chain of command of who picks Manny Pacquiao fights. It's Bob Arum who finalizes it. It's his manager, advisor, Mike Kuntz, who determines the opponent. It's Freddie Roach, who then handicaps the opponent, or tries to find some type of way to handicap the opponent. And then Manny Pacquiao hears about it last, and what does he say? He say, okay, Freddie, or okay, Bub, and he just signed a contract. Truth be told, I don't even think Manny Pacquiao wants to fight anymore, And when I be hearing, like the interviews of Bob Arum and the interviews of Michael Kuntz, telling us and Pacquiao misses the training, he misses the fire, he misses, and I think he might be saying that shit, but not to the extent y'all hyping that shit up, so you have to understand that Manny Pacquiao is the meal ticket of all those people, and also, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2 is still a possibility. It's still a possibility. Even if the fight does 2.2, and that's less than half. After official numbers was in, it was 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, closer to 4.7. So 2.2 is less than half, but that would still make it one of the top 5, if 4, top-selling pay-per-views of all time. And Mayweather can net another 100 million. Pacquiao is going to likely receive, his purse before was 60-40. It'll probably be like, maybe 70-30. Maybe this time he might have to accept a flat rate. But still, it's still a humongous payday, and the biggest payday for 2 boxers in boxing today. Bigger than if you put, who? Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury or David Haye. Bigger than if you put fucking Khan versus Brook. Bigger than if you put Canelo versus GGG. Bigger than Ward versus Kovalev. They'll still make in a rematch. They'll still make more money than all of them. So in the back of all their minds, Bob Arum, Michael Kuntz, Freddie Roach, and include Manny Pacquiao, they know we got that meal ticket out there. Also, Floyd Mayweather knows this. Now, he's supposed to be retired. But when you're going on Showtime doing interviews about, well, we trying to see. I want to play the interview in the background, but I really don't have the time. I should have had it prepared. Go back and watch it. I forgot what fight it was. I believe it was the Laura Martirosyan 2. He promoted that fight. That was the fight where he did an interview with Steve Farhood. Was it Steve Farhood or Jim Gray? I think it was Jim Gray. About him coming back. I don't remember. But about him coming back. And basically, he's looking for the biggest money fight he could possibly come back for. And it's not Golovkin. As much as fans want to see it, it's not that fight. So, putting Manny Pacquiao against a smaller fighter in Terrence Crawford, there's going to be ridicule there. Because it's like, well, he's still, no matter how you slice it, he's never fought at 147 pounds before. He's been up. He's been over 147 pounds. And he comes in, over 147 pounds. But he's never fought at 147 pounds. And he was just fighting at 135 last year. So, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things you gotta know. He fought at 135 in 2014. As I'm looking, he's never been he's fought at 147 once. But that's not a couple of times, actually. Meaning like 142, things like that. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, I'm not supporting the Jesse Vargas fight. I don't want to see it. I would have rather seen Terrence Crawford. But at the same time, can we really say he ducked Terrence Crawford? Especially when it's, in the media that Terrence Crawford said that the fight would have to be at 140 pounds. Now, of course, you may think I'm being biased because I'm a big Manny Pacquiao fan. But no, go look it up yourself. I'm talking some real shit. So, it's like this. Can we say that he ducked Pacquiao? Can we say that Pacquiao ducked, Terrence Crawford? Can we say that there was other fights out there for him? For example, people say, well, we know that Danny Garcia really priced himself out. We know that Adrian Broner should have took the bread, priced himself out. And we know that Keith Thurman wanted the fight. But one thing we must talk about is when Bob Arum and Al Haymon, who are talking on the phone, Bob Arum has admitted that him and Haymon have a good relationship now, and they're working and discussing what fights can and cannot be made. When Bob Arum tells Al Haymon, right? And they're on the phone. These are the two guys talking on the phone. These are the two guys talking on the phone about fights. When Bob Arum says, well, it's Pacquiao, so we got to give him at least 20, especially if that Mayweather fight may happen in the future. So give us Broner, and since Broner can talk shit and help promote the fight, let's give him like $6 million. Al Haymon probably like, shit, 6? He never made that much bread before. So the point I'm trying to make is, if Al Haymon didn't think it was a good deal or a bullshit deal, why would he go to Adrian Broner and be like, yo, listen, they're offering 6? So that means he has confidence in that deal. He has confidence in it. That, yo, listen, you can make some real bread right here. Adrian Broner tells, oh, no, I want 10. Because they thinking about that Mayweather Pacquiao money and shit. They thinking about all that. When he went to Danny Garcia, offered Danny Garcia 3-4 mil. Al Haymon hit up Angel Garcia. Listen, we got this big fight out there. We can get, 3-4 mil. And you got to think, Angel Garcia is going to be relied on to sell the fight. Danny Garcia don't talk no shit, really. And you can't be mad at it. Pacquiao definitely don't talk no shit. He just going to be smiling and shit, and praying over you and all kind of shit like that. So, if this man wasn't comfortable with these deals, and we know who this man is, do you think he's going to waste his time and go to his fighters with the deal if he think it's bullshit? You see what I'm saying? He would tell Bob on the phone, like, nah, Bob, come on. I can't go to him with that bullshit for real. Come on. So it's shit like that where, people don't think about, and they just saying, oh, he ducked this person and all kind of shit like that. Well, this person deserves this amount of money. Pacquiao Vargas is going to flop. Nobody really wants to see it. And it's crazy because they can give Jesse Vargas just a little bit more money than they offered, him for the Brook fight. He may even only make that. He may make Chris Algieri money, like 1.5 million. He never made no bread like that before. So when it comes to Keith Thurman, you think that, we haven't heard anything about Keith Thurman outside of that he wants to fight. We know that Freddie Roach don't want that fight for him. We don't know if he wants to fight for Keith Thurman. He may have plans for Keith Thurman. So these fighters can say whatever they want in the media. They can say whatever they want on Twitter. Iris Lindy Lar, don't get me started on his shit. They can say whatever they want, but unless the team reaches out to the other team, then you're not trying to fight, and you can't say that a fighter's ducking. You can't say that. Now, one thing I do have to say is, when it comes to his manager, and this is no disrespect, this is the media, and I gotta talk about the news. When it comes to his manager, Michael Kuntz, right? This is Pacquiao's manager. Who else does he manage? Bobby Pacquiao still? Is he still fighting? So it's in his best interest to keep Pacquiao fighting as long as he possibly can. Also, it's in his best interest to keep Pacquiao winning, as long as he can until he gets that final cash out on Mayweather Pacquiao 2, if it happens. So he goes into the media. It's an interview on Boxing Scene. He goes into the media and said, Crawford style, I don't like that style. That style is not for Pacquiao. It's not for us. You know why? Because in Terence Crawford's last fight against Victor Postol, he showed us something that we really didn't see before. His excellent ring generalship and movement. For him to be a fighter that's been heavily rumored to be struggling with weight, and he has been, but he's been making weight. So you can't, he's been making it. He was dancing circles around him. That would be problems for Pacquiao. Terence Crawford is really, really good, man. Really, really good. Yes, he does take some unnecessary shots, but that was in previous fights. He wasn't doing that shit with Victor Postol. He was boxing his ears off. He was putting on a boxing lesson, a masterclass. Even though I feel it would be disrespectful to say that Terence Crawford, would have a better chance to beat Pacquiao, I think it's a 50-50 fight. You can't disrespect Pacquiao. The biggest issue Pacquiao has right now is that he doesn't have the E. It's not the A. It's the aggressiveness. It's the extra level. It's another level. Don't ask me what I mean by that. I know how to spell aggressive, but I'm just saying with Pacquiao, it's the aggressiveness, and the hungerness. The aggressiveness and the hungerness. He doesn't have that anymore. You see Pacquiao now. He's not the pressure fighter that he used to be. He's out there trying to outbox motherfuckers. Punch output is low. He's not landing as many as he used to land. We seen that when he fought Mayweather, and of course it's Mayweather. He's going to make anybody look like that. But, he wasn't throwing shit. And we're not going to get into the shoulder injury and all kind of shit like that, because I'm pretty sure that HBO has some fucking archive footage somewhere that they're saving, of him getting an MRI, all that shit. This is HBO, even though the fucking, salt waters of Lake Minnetonka, is what he says has healed him, and of course with the strength of Jesus. But, it is what it is. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. You might as well say it's official. Pacquiao versus Vargas. November the 5th, HBO pay-per-view. We're going to have 2 pay-per-views that month. We're going to also have Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. Andre Ward beats this Alexander Brand guy. And, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Hopefully, maybe we can get a Lomachenko Salido 2 on the undercard. Maybe. I don't know what's going on with that fight. I got to do some research. But like I said, just do your research before you start listening to everybody and shit. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.